This is App Inventor, Mario Pro, and we're going to be opening up the Solidoodle box here that I just got in here. Made in Brooklyn, New York. It's a 3D printer, if you didn't already know by clicking on this. And we're going to go ahead and open her up and see what we got here. Start with open up the top here. Alright, off the top here. Might be upside down when I inserted it. Looks like it might be upside down, so we're going to go ahead and pull this out. It said this side up, but it was placed upside down. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over gently. We're going to set it down. Yeah, it was placed in there upside down, but no big deal. Good here. Take off our cubes. Looks like there is a little bit of assembly grease. Here's my invoice. Go ahead and do some bubble wrap. Looks pretty good on the bottom. This looks like a little assembly grease. Yeah, a little assembly grease got on there. Got your bag down here. It's got a couple starter filaments in here. Let's open her up. So it looks like a USB cable. Some starter filament. I also have some ABS down there. And it looks like they gave me the PVC piping, which I'm pretty surprised because base model is not supposed to come with this, at least from what I read online. Base model usually doesn't come with the PVC piping, but as you can see, they gave it to me here. Nothing too special about that, but it's cool that I got it. Pretty sure that it does need the mount. I'm guessing the mount's in there somewhere. They need the PVC piping. I'm sure that they have the mount somewhere in here, but it's not already pre-mounted. Actually, I don't see it. Check that out. Let's open there up. There it is. It's short, long, and the long one's supposed to have the end cap on it. But I don't see the mount. Which I might have to go online on Solidoodle and print out myself. No big deal, but a little disappointed there. Maybe it's in one of these little holes. Nope. Not in there. A little disappointing, but not overly not bad. And then your power connector looks like it's been zip tied and secured pretty firmly to the side over here. I'll go ahead and get some pliers and open that up, and I'll go ahead and assemble this, and I'll show you my first print on here. But for the most part, I mean, you guys can pretty much tell, very well built with a solid design. I'm liking it so far, so we'll go ahead and we'll see what we got going on here. And I'll just kind of give you a visual overview here. There's the print board, obviously all hand assembled in the United States, nothing, pre-done. Looks like before, manufacturing. I'm sure a couple more years from now they'll have this all automated and done up a little bit more fancy. As you can see, it's hand labeled. I'm sure it's just, you know, the original people still working at it, but for my purposes, good. And it looks like, actually, I'm a little disappointed on that, actually. It looks like you have only 3 mounts right now for the table, which I'm a little bit afraid, because hopefully I was hoping to have 4, because, you know, 4 would be a lot easier to level the table. But I'll have to see about that. But for a base model and first 3D printer, I'm pretty pumped. So we'll go ahead. The filament I'm not going to open. I mean, you guys probably will see it's just filament. Nothing too overly amazing about that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Alright, so I had some time to mess around with it. Kind of give like an overall what I thought about it. I haven't printed anything yet. I just calibrated it, but so far I'm kind of glad about it. I've been watching a lot of openings and a lot about the Solidoodle too. And being the basic, I thought that it'd be a little bit of a lower quality, but I found that the quality is actually a lot better than I expected. If you come and look here, a lot of the Solidoodle 2 3D printers come with acrylic housing, or I should say filament extruder instead of metal. So this is definitely an upgrade from the original design. Also, very impressed by the hot end. So far I have just really calibrated it, but I have noticed that there is a little bit of a jerky motion in the Y direction, only when it is retracting back on the bed, not towards the front. It has to do with tensioning, I want to suspect. I'm still working on it, but for right now, for my purposes of calibration tests and stuff like that, it seems to be working quite good. A little bit jittery on, you know, those retractions, and you can definitely see in the print, but I'm not overly worried about it because it isn't something completely bad for the print. Definitely something I want to fix, you know, tighten up, loosen up. I'm going to contact them about that and see if there's something that they recommend, either, you know, tightening or loosening a certain side. But definitely great so far. I'm going to go ahead and flip over to a screen view of my computer, and that way you guys can actually kind of see what's going on when I'm using the replicator program. So just a moment. Alright, so like I said, now we're in a screen view, and right now I have open is called basically the Solidoodle program that comes with the printer, or you could download and use any printer. Honestly, uses a slicer is what I've been using. Doing good so far. I probably want to update, probably may use a Cura next time. But for my purposes right now, I'm kind of used to this program. So right now I'm going to go ahead and plug in the printer, because there's no on-off switch on this printer. It's either on or off. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. Fans will start to run up on here. If you can't hear them hissing in the background, probably not. But we're definitely going there now. And now that it's kind of connected, we're going to go ahead and hit the connect button. Printer should be connected. We're printing COM3, so we're good on that. So we're definitely connected. I'm going to go to my manual control, and I'm using PLA right now, but for some reason using the settings of EBS, it's actually working out a lot better for me. So I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to turn my my extruder on here and heat that up. Start going to 215. I'm going to let that warm up, and as we're doing that, I'm going to go start working on my object placement. I'm going to load for my desktop icon, basically my little dude here. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt, I'm going to say, for this one, because it's actually got a big overhang, so we're going to try and bear with me with this one, see if I can kind of figure out a easier way. I'm gonna go ahead and center it. I did a 0.75 scale on it, center the object, and drop it on the pan. Make sure it's at the base. Now I'm gonna go to my slicer, and go over here and go into my configurations. I'm using a 0.3mm drop with a Solidoodle with a 6x6 bed. Honestly, I think an 8x8 bed will go in here because my extruder, which I'll probably zoom back out when I do, I'll kind of point out that the extruder actually does come off, retract the bed about 2 inches, and has an inch on either side of spacing here. So I think if I put a bigger print bed on here, I might be able to get away with it. I know for 7 for sure, but maybe an 8. So we'll go ahead and maybe try that later at some other time. But for right now, we'll go ahead and try and work on this part here. I'm going to open my configuration, and since there is overhang, we're going to try and use some support material here. This will be my first time using support material, so I'm going to go ahead and go down into support material. We're going to do support material. I'm going to say anything over a 60 degree overhang, I think, is like the threshold for the Solidoodle. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to save that. And infill, I have it at 0 density now. We're going to want to put, let's do 0.175. Let's do that. We could do honeycomb, infill, layers. Sounds good to me. Alright, I'm liking that. I think we're all set on that. We're going to go ahead and slice it. And I'm going to go ahead and do that over again. So configure. And now, as I did the first time I did this, and head off screen, I forgot that you can't see my other screens on the other side. So hit my slicer again here, guys. In configuration, I just went to support material, generate, and my overhang thresholds at 60. Infill, I set to 1.75 with a honeycomb. And layering parameters, I just left it as is. Hit save and OK. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can generate that. And having a little bit of issue here. Let's see if I can fix this. Alright, well, being I completely forgot that using the infill, it's out of a ratio of 1, not of 2. I put down 1.75, and that's what I was running into the issues with. So now it should generate the right code here. And it did. It looks like it did a pretty good job. We'll go ahead and zoom in and see if we have everything that we need here. Alright, it looks like it didn't do any scaffolding there. That's good. I'm liking that. We could just get the scaffolding right there. Scaffolding for the things, for the arm. Definitely forgot about that. That was going to be an issue. We'll see how this comes off. Arm is not attached, so we're going to have to either glue that together. But definitely, just for a first print, we'll go with that, and we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, he's going to lose an arm in this process. But that's why we made glue, so we'll glue it back on there. See what happens. I'm not overly worried about it, but definitely going to be interesting. So I'll switch back over to the camera and my time lapse, and we'll go ahead and print this up. Alright. like we are all done with this print. As you can see, to me it looks like a good first attempt. With the printer, obviously, it's I'm new to this, so I had a couple of mishaps in here. The one that clearly is not the printer's fault. It's totally my fault. Is this little notch here on the side here. Due to the fact that I stopped the print halfway through and went somewhere and I turned it back on, I forgot to move the printer head away from the object, and basically if you see over here, I was kind of pulling out the tip of it. That's basically what happened there. So unfortunately it resulted in a daub being there, and I had to kind of move the printer head back and forth to kind of smooth it out and then print on top of it. And my theory is that I'll probably be able to melt it off or clip it off later. But for right now, pretty happy with it. I mean, for a first print, besides the calibration, I think it went pretty decent, and it's my first scaffolding attempt here. Should probably do something without scaffolding, but I wanted my logo for my channel to be kind of my first thing. Let's see if I can get this off of the print bed. Actually I might be able to. There we go. That's not bad. You can see here, I'll kind of hold it. Focus. So there's a scaffolding in the bottom, nice flat edges. A little bit. Arm, definitely, like I said, probably going to fall off when I take the scaffolding off on the bottom. But let's work at this, and now let's see what we can do here. Kind of move in here a little bit and see if I can possibly get this off. That's not as hard as I thought it was going to be to break that off. It kind of comes out on its own. See if it focuses out here again. You can see it kind of breaks away at its own, even at its own seams that I made on the scaffolding, which is kind of surprising, kind of accordion. Pretty cool. Even the detail on his eye there is pretty cool too. Let's take some scissors to that. That came off there pretty easy. Sorry about the focus on here. It looks like I'm going in and out. Trying not to change my distance here, but it's kind of hard trying to break the scaffolding off. Oh, the arm looks like it's staying. I think that's just by pure luck of it being just close enough. Try not to break off his leg here. It looks like it came off without taking that off, at least on that side. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit more. It's a little bit hard on the camera, but as you can see, it turned out decent. So let me finish this up and I'll come right back to this. Alright, so I cleaned it up to my best ability at the moment, and I'm going to call it a win. Scaffolding wasn't as easy as I was hoping, but on the bottom it looks like it did pretty well a job, but on the top, which people have stated before, is going to be a little bit worse. As you can see, you see a lot of scaffolding there, but I mean it's just a little bit of cleanup work. The leg got broken off with the scaffolding. I mean, this is kind of stuff that you have to kind of play with. Obviously, Gotta work on my, if I didn't stop at mid-frame, I went and had that little glitch here. As you can see where the head kind of separated. Looks like you got, this side over here completed the step correctly. This side over here obviously got a little messed up. As you can see, there's a little split before the neck. But besides that, I mean, it's kind of like user error in this. I mean, it does look pretty good. I mean, I gotta admit, I mean, it's spot on accuracy with it, especially for me just kicking it on basically and calibrating, leveling, printer bed, one test print, and with the box, just to simply see if it was stacking correctly, and then bam. I mean, even got the eye detail, which is like only like a millimeter depth. I'm surprised I picked up on that, and you can definitely tell that there's an eye there. So definitely impressed. Little ear's a little sad, but you can only expect so much when you're printing off only I think it's like a millimeter or so for the ear coming off here with no support material. But definitely overall, I'm liking it. I'm very impressed by Solidoodle. I previously went and tried to get a Mickey box, and they haven't officially fallen through the floor yet, but basically they were having some financial issues and they were taking forever to mail out their orders. Some people got them, people like me never got them, so I tried to get my money back. That was a hassle. Finally, by yelling at PayPal, I finally got my money back and I was able to proceed in getting a Solidoodle, and I am overjoyed that that actually happened, because I don't think I would have got the same level of quality as I did with the Minky box, because this is definitely using belt driven, and the extruder looks far more intense and better, especially with the metal construction. Minky box was using a plastic construction, and the extruder was not on the head. It was actually located behind the printer, which I would think that would be a little bit harder on the machine to push through the extruder. And the accuracy is far more better because it uses sliders here. Mickey Box was using a lot of screws, which I have heard to be shaking more, and their ability to be finer point is a lot better with a belt-driven system than it is with a screw. But I mean, it's all up to hearsay. So I really am enjoying this printer. Any things that I really hoped for would probably be the belt tensioning. Really, I wish I would check that before sending it out. But I mean, that could have been a shipping error. Not a big drawback. I mean, really, I'm going to contact them. They've been back and forth. Worst case scenario, it's a what do they call that? I think a stepper motor driver, whatever goes on the little box that goes on top of the board, which drives the motor. And gives it its accuracy, is basically the only thing I could possibly think of that beyond the tensioning that might be the occurrence. That is not powerful enough. But beyond that, I really do enjoy this platform. I will let you know that I will be doing projects. So projects I'm working on right now, I actually have the plans for, is actually Google Cardboard glasses, but 3D printed for my HTC One. I ordered the lenses. I have the plans to print them up. It's a max of 6 inches, so it perfectly fit right on here. I'm basically going to 3D print them, and so I'm going to attempt to make my designs. I'll obviously make them widely available for you guys to basically follow along. Only requirement from mine that I see so far is going to be the lenses. Everything else is going to be 3D printed. I will upload for the HTC One, and also I will leave a blank template so you can just pop your own phone in there and subtract the difference in Inventor using my case method. That if you look at my video, I will post the link and also have it on this video, which will show you how to subtract the space of the phone. And you can simply just go to anything like GrabCAD and pull off a Galaxy S4 or an iPhone or whatever you're using, and basically just simply put it in there, get it centered, and then go ahead and print it off on your printer. Also, I'm going to be doing some add-ons to this, along with some 3D printer projects. I got a heat bed, and if I can find it, I will go ahead and show you that. Go ahead, just a moment. Heat bed. I'll attempt to. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can add this heat bed into here. That way, I can also print ABS. You can print ABS. I've seen people do it on a printer bed and use the standard way of doing it. But I'm hoping that heat bed will make it less prone to warping, which is I heard is a big thing, because you're gonna have to use a really big raft in order to keep it stuck to the ground. And make sure your prints are come out really good. The only issues I see with this heat bed is that I still have to order the thermometer, the little thing that tells how hot the bed is. I don't know where to mount that, so if you want to probably leave in the comments and give me an idea where to mount that on here, would be great. Like that kind of info and input would probably help out me a lot. Because the only problem is if I do mount it underneath the board, I see the issue arising that it will angle the board in one way or the other, and it won't be completely flat and hard to level, especially when levelers are underneath it. And I will be putting obviously a piece of glass underneath here to kind of offset the heat, because I could see that also happening, getting too hot and warping the acrylic base plate. But a lot to come. I'm really excited. I really was looking forward to this, and I am more than happy. Having a great time with this machine. Better than I expected. Really, really do enjoy it. And I mean, the amount of software out there in open source is really incredible. So, talk to you guys later, and please like, subscribe, and comment. I really want to hear back from you guys. Help me out. If you really did enjoy this, please add me to your add my channel. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.